When we set up Hope Nottingham 11 years ago now, the sense of calling was to unite Christians, serve those in need, and bring God's love. And that's pretty similar to the idea of reaching out to our neighbours with love and authenticity. What does that look like? Uh, on the face of it, it meant initially, perhaps obviously, um, trying to meet people's needs. In our case, that resulted in providing lots of food and providing furniture and things like that. But it was more than that. And it was also about trying to understand the reasons why people are in need and helping them in a more holistic way. And it is that, but it's also more than that. The big discovery for me was that really to reach our neighbours with love and authenticity, to meet people in need and to bring them God's love, it involves sharing your life with people. It it involves being with them in the highs and the lows, so that as they share their life with you, you share your life with them. And that's not always about fixing things. Sometimes things can't be fixed, but it is about being with people, sharing the life that you have in Jesus Christ with them as they share their faith in whatever form that takes with you. And so then when it comes to sharing the good news of Jesus, it becomes part of the conversation. If it's part of who you are and you share your life, then you share Jesus with them.
I'm inspired by Jesus' calling to love our neighbour as ourselves, and it is my mission to love and serve my community, a mission to be loving, compassionate, and to reach out into places where help and hope are needed most. This is lived out by me, helping with food bank, with compassion and showing the love of Jesus in me and the church at St. Barnabas in their time of need, and with other things at St. Barnabas, bringing the community together with after school project and with the new Monday morning calf. It was nice just to sit and talk and listen to people in my community I have not met before, or maybe I have walked past but never said hello.
Hi, I'm Helen Crandley and I come to Christchurch, and I also lead an organisation called Safe Families in the region. And Katrina has asked this great question of how do we reach our neighbours with love and authenticity, and what does that mean to me? For me, it's definitely about being real, which, if I'm being honest, is very hard work sometimes, because it involves us being honest with ourselves as much as being able to be honest with other people about how we're doing. And so I would like to just share a bit of a story about how that looks for us in Safe Families. So at Safe Families, we train volunteers to support families who are in crisis, who are going through tough times, by befriending them and looking after children and helping with resources, anything that makes their day-to-day life easier and helps them to know that they're not alone and that there are people out there who love and care about them. And so we met a mum who had just arrived in Nottingham from Scotland. She was fleeing an abusive relationship with her two children, and we connected her to an amazing lady called Steph, who's a Safe Families volunteer. And Steph just really got alongside this mum. She listened to her. She tried to understand what she was going through. She could relate on so many levels because she also has two children with additional needs, which is tricky. And they have just formed an incredibly strong relationship, and so much so that a couple of weeks ago, sadly, Steph's granddad passed away. And it was that mum who she had befriended who was the first one to come over with flowers and just be there with her, extending that same love back to her that Steph had shown to her. And I love that because it's real and it's genuine. And that's what it's about. Like, if we want to love people genuinely, we need to let them see all of who we are. So for me, like, I have had friendships with families and shared the struggles that I've gone through with my own kids, and that's almost been like the key to unlocking that relationship of like, oh, you're real, you also understand what I'm going through. This makes it easier. It makes it easier when the people that we're with show understanding of what we've gone through. And it requires us to not want to fix people all the time, but to sit and listen and just love them where they're at. And that does require something emotionally challenging from us if we're not used to doing it, but it is incredibly transformational on the relationships we can have with the people around us. And just a little plug really, if you are interested in becoming a Safe Families volunteer, what it will do is give you training, give you confidence, help you feel equipped to have relationships with people who are potentially very different from us, but where we can give genuine support and hope and walk with people in their tough times. And I would love it if you would consider becoming a Safe Families volunteer or supporting us through prayer or financially. And you can do all of those things through looking at the Safe Families website, which is safefamilies.uk. Or you're very welcome to message me and chat to me about what it means to be a Safe Families volunteer. I know that so many people in Christchurch are so compassionate and in your everyday lives are helping the people around you, which is phenomenal. But yeah, just do consider whether having a bit of extra training, input, being connected with other people through Safe Families is something that you would be interested in. That would be amazing. So yeah, being real, being authentic in a short version, it's tough, but it's also amazing. And I would really encourage you to do it.